Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 13, I think. Unlucky 13. Lucky 13 for us. 13th episode of The Unprofessional Experts. I am Shawn, and this is my co-host, Jeremy, and we have a fun schedule for you guys today. We are going to be going around the leagues, which is the name we're still temporarily sticking with because we can't think of anything better at the moment. If you do, please let us know. We are going to be talking about what we're expecting from the Colts franchise, maybe getting into the Cardinals a little bit, because the Cardinals have also made a hire here. Talk about Eric Bieniemy and his recent hire, really just broke maybe an hour ago from the time we're recording. And then we're also going to be talking about some NFL rumors, and maybe just a small announcement towards the end. So, I think without further ado, let's get going.
Boom.
I love that
It's
guitar.
as simple as that, man.
Welcome everybody back. We have a new screen format. I hope you guys will like it. But without further ado, I think we get right into these sort of NFL rumors that are flying around. I guess before we get to rumors, let's talk about what is official and is confirmed. The Colts get a new head coach in the DC. I cannot think of his name. Give me a name. OC.
Shane Steichen, I think. Is that what it is?
Is that his name, Shane?
Yep, Shane Steichen is the new Colts head coach. Me being a Colts fan, I'm ecstatic about it. You know, he was the quarterback's coach over in LA with the Chargers for I think a year or two with Justin Herbert. And we've seen how Justin Herbert's progressed over these years, man. He's balling out. He's had quiet good, but like at the same time not, because he's that, what is it, TikTok football star or whatever. What do they say?
Yeah, the
football or something.
The YouTube star makes all the flashy plays and does this and that.
Yeah, and obviously we've seen what he's been doing with the Eagles the last 2 years, because I don't know if you knew, he who's the head coach? Nick Sirianni gave him play calling last year, week 9 or something like that. Okay. And he's been fucking killing it, man. Yeah. Went to the Super Bowl. He had like one of the best. I think it was goddamn fucking burp.
Jesus Christ, my guy! What, you choked 3 beers before we started here? What's going on with you?
I'm in the middle of one right now.
Are you actually? Got some nice H2O with me right now. My throat's a little sore. No,
there, it's a yellow fucking can.
Is it one of your IPAs? One of your gross IPAs?
Nah, dude, it's a banana bread beer. I know you fucking hate bananas, so
I do
fuck
hate
you.
Bananas. Gotta get that out.
But
nasty ass.
But yeah, man. Yeah, the number two led Jalen Hurts to the number 2 quarterback rating. Obviously, will lead them to the Super Bowl. One of the best offenses in the season, man. And we're going to be drafting a quarterback, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Fingers crossed, man.
No, I don't even think it's fingers crossed. You're bringing in a new head coach. We're talking about around the leagues, I guess, still going with it. We're going to talk more about the Colts later, so I don't want to get too much into it. So we'll hold off on this conversation just a little bit. Yeah. But around the leagues, also speaking of the Colts, I guess we'll stick with them. Jim Irsay comes out and says, I really like this quarterback from Alabama, Bryce Young.
So that's
a double-edged sword.
So it is a double-edged sword. He could be coming out and saying that because he actually likes him, or he's trying to convince the Texans or any other team that's trying to swap up 2-1 to take
Bryce Young
instead of like CJ Stroud.
Here's the thing.
Or the quarterback from Florida, or the Tennessee one's not going to go till later because he tore his ACL, but still.
Yeah. By the way, fans, I'm sorry. I don't know when the screen flicked to saying starting soon, but I hope it wasn't for too long. I need to remove the hotkeys on my thing because anytime I type anything.
Come on.
Yeah, my bad. Hopefully it wasn't up too long.
Jesus.
But we are professional here. We are not professional here.
So for the owner to come out and say that, especially during a press conference, it's interesting because even before that, or it was either before that or after that, he was talking about like, oh yeah, the guy from Alabama's good, but then yet again, our GM likes our picks.
Yeah.
So
and you're not gonna get your eye at the picks, and I think what your GM needs to do, all right, and I've said this a few times, just about Jim Irsay in general. Your GM needs to go up to him and say, "Shut your mouth. Let me do my job. Stop talking and stop making my job harder." Because by saying you really like Bryce Young, that puts me in a bind because now it makes me really feel like I need to draft Bryce Young. if I want to keep my job. Which no, it does, because if you go against what the owner of the team wants, and you didn't try your hardest or try everything you can, and he knows you didn't, you're on a hot seat right away.
I mean,
that'd be like going to your boss and your boss telling you, "Hey, I would really like for you to go and clean the toilets today," and you say, "Oh, no."
So like, okay,
it's the same concept. So
I see
your finish my thought, man.
Man, you're pausing like 3 seconds in between this shit. Come on.
Okay, your GM needs to tell your owner to shut his mouth because he's been doing this for years, where he's making his job incredibly hard. So you're putting the GM in a hard spot to where he feels like he has to make this pick. You're frozen on my end. There, you're back. He feels like he has to make the pick,
like barely moving,
which also makes it. Well, you were like stuck like this, chugging your beer. You look like you were chugging for 6 straight seconds there. Anyway, it puts your GM in a hard spot because it feels like he has to draft this guy, and now if he doesn't, then he's on the hot seat. So now every other team in the NFL, i.e. the Bears or anyone or Texans who aren't going to trade you, or Arizona at 3, now knows that there's a good chance you're going to want to move up to get that guy to keep your job. So now you're going to overpay if you want it.
You good?
I'm good.
Is that okay? Just making sure. So I see where you're coming from with that, but at the same time, our owner gave Chris Ballard free reins with the head coaching search. Let's be real. I can almost guarantee you Jim Irsay was like, I want Jeff Saturday as our head coach because blah, 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 Colts, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I don't give a flying fuck. He was a shitty head coach. Got dealt a shitty situation. Can't put a whole lot on him. But, yeah. So, Jim Irsay gave him full reins and control. They said, whoever you want to hire, whoever you think is best for the team, do what you want to do. And we took that to heart. We took our time with the head coaching search, and now we have a new head coach.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Let's keep moving on. We're not in the Colts yet. The very next one, the Cardinals got their guy in the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, opposite of what the Colts did. And
yes, indeed.
He is, I cannot think of his name.
I couldn't tell you either.
I'm trying to type with one finger. This is not good. Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon. There you go.
There you go.
Interesting pick. I actually thought, just like talking vaguely, I thought they were going to be switched. Because the Colts have such a solid defense, I thought they were going to go with a defensive-minded head coach over an offensive. And I thought the Cardinals would have wanted an offensive head coach, especially one that's worked with a scrambling quarterback because of Kyler.
So I see why you think that, but the reason why I think you're wrong is just to flat out say that. So think about it. There's not a lot of all the offensive coordinators, obviously there's 32 around the league, right?
Yep.
They get taken out very easily for head coaching positions and whatnot. But there's not a lot of offensive-minded coaches. So to find an offensive-minded coach that is good,
well, you don't know if he's good yet.
You're right. You're right. I don't know if he's good as a head coach or not, but he's shown promise as an offensive coordinator. So to find a head coach with an offensive mind is on the harder side. But there's a lot of defensive-minded coaches, and with this league now, you need an offensive-minded coach. And obviously with the whole Cliff Kingsbury and then the new head coach, Cliff Kingsbury was an offensive-minded coach, but we all saw what happened with that. Kyler Murray likes to play Call of Duty, doesn't get held accountable. That could also be another conversation, but we're not going to get into that. They had a shitty offense with that, and after the half point of the season, their offense went away. Their entire team just dissipated. Maybe switching it up with having a defensive-minded coach could be good for them.
Yeah, it could be. It's always a huge risk going in with an offensive-minded head coach because there is that possibility where their offensive scheme just doesn't work. I think we kind of saw that with Cliff Kingsbury. His scheme worked tremendously in college. Did not work in the NFL.
True. There was a
he'll get another chance though because he got hired by the Texans if I'm not mistaken, right?
No.
He did not.
He did not. He did not get hired. He interviewed, but he did not get the job.
That or he declined the job so he can be on vacation.
Yeah,
or avoid contract
I don't remember who they didn't hire. Cliff Kingsbury as their OC. So, I got another round of league for you. You obviously the Kansas City Chiefs had their freaking Super Bowl parade, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the fucking video of Mahomes walking around the street with the Super Bowl trophy? He goes to like the side. He goes to a fan to take a picture or something. He gives the Super Bowl trophy to a fucking fan.
Time out. Did you see the fans' point of view?
I didn't know.
So I actually saw the fans' point of view before I saw this video, and I need to find it again and send it to you, because that is not the real Super Bowl trophy. That is a fake one that the fan hands to Mahomes, and then Mahomes walked around and handed it back to him. If you actually look at the video, there is a sticker of the Kansas City Chiefs logo on the Super Bowl trophy.
Well, damn.
It is a fake trophy. As soon as I saw the video, I saw one of the comments, and I was like, oh, it's not the real trophy. They don't know. They haven't seen... Like, actually, I think I meant to send it to you, because it only had like 1,000 views or something like that. It was not one that had blown up.
Wow.
And
okay.
So,
that changes everything.
It definitely changed. I was wondering if you were going to bring that up. But no, it absolutely was not the real... If you saw it, it was not the real Super Bowl trophy. It was a fake one that a fan brought. It very clearly, if you go back and watch the video, it had a Kansas City Chiefs sticker slapped on the front of it. It was not the real trophy.
That's fantastic, man. I love that shit.
That's like at one point, I saw another clip. I think I sent you this one, but a fan had a skeleton, and he handed it to one of the Kansas City Chiefs players, and the Chiefs
I think I saw
the Chiefs player was like, "How much do you want for it?" He was like, "Just take it." He's like, "Okay, we'll bring it back to you." And he goes, and the fan goes, "It's Joe Burrow." And so they were carrying around the skeleton of Joe Burrow throughout the entire party, and I just think that's hilarious because Joe Burrow's just living rent-free in all of Kansas City fans' head and Kansas City in general. Oh, man, I don't know why my computer's going off. The Blackhawks game's about to start.
Jeez. All right, well, moving around the league, I don't know if you saw, this was reported earlier, Packers running back Aaron Jones has agreed to reduce his salary of $11 million for the 2023 season, which, honestly... kind of begs the question: is Aaron going to stay now that
No.
Aaron Jones lowered his contract? There's a chance now.
So I see what you're saying.
They added more cap space.
I see. Well, the cap space wasn't the issue with Aaron Rodgers because they had signed him for X amount. So when they signed him,
His cap hit was like $60 million this year, dude.
I get it was a huge cap hit, but at the same time, like I said, because of like the situation that he had already signed, he's still gonna. Aaron Rodgers is still gonna be a huge cap hit. Don't get me wrong. But they were already they were going to be within cap, no problem. And the reason I say that is because another report just came out about an hour ago that Go Long's Bob McGinn believes that Packers are all done with Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love will be the team starter in 2023. And I've seen a lot of reports that seem like it is done. And I know we say this every year, but it really does seem like this time it might be done. And please, for the love of God, leave!
Oh yeah, you'd be happy about
leave
that,
Green Bay.
What happens if
I see there's a reason why our background is not green and yellow, and it's because I would instantly be associated with depression.
So here you go. What happens if it's Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love, and they just continue this dominance that the Packers were over the Bears?
I don't think it will, because Jordan Love is not the same player as Aaron Rodgers. We've seen Jordan Love a few times, and he's not the same.
But give him a full offseason to prepare.
He's had a full offseason to prepare. What do you mean? He's been taking first reps these past couple. Yes.
Full, like all the entire first reps.
Yeah, and
like
and you know what? You know what? I don't know if you've seen the videos of him when he is out there. Speaking of which, actually, Jordan Love is actually.
Oh yeah, no, he completely misses targets and shit like that, dude.
He's underthrowing. Jordan Love is actually trending at the moment.
Yeah, because Rodgers is probably got because Rodgers is doing. I don't know if you heard about Rodgers doing his little darkness retreat.
Yeah, I heard something about it. I don't know what that all entails, but
so basically, he's gonna lock himself in a room for like 3 or 4 days with like literally no light source at all, and just be in a dark room for like 4 days straight with like just him and his thoughts, just like thinking of life and football and what the fuck he wants to do, where does he want to go, and things like that. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Listen,
he's fucking lost of words right now.
Listen, Aaron Rodgers. I hate these. Combining that name with these next words I'm about to say always makes me want to stab myself and twist the knife and then pull it back out. Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Okay.
But he is one of the weirdest motherfuckers I've ever heard of in my entire life.
Okay, I wouldn't maybe say weirdest, maybe down to earth.
No,
Like,
that is not it. When was the last time you locked yourself in a room for 3 days straight in complete blackness and just thought about your life?
don't tempt me, I'll do it.
Do it right now. Turn the lights off. Power off the computer. You won't do it. You got a kid coming. You ain't doing shit.
Oh, wait, man.
Exactly.
The light switch is all the way back there. All right, moving on. We've talked enough about Rodgers now. We've talked the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
So Derek Carr obviously was released, is now a full-fledged free agent.
What a sentence
he
from
had a
Jeremy.
meeting.
I don't know why the scriptwriters gave you such a big word to say.
A full-fledged. I know,
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
So he's had visits with the Saints.
Jets.
That was previously, yeah. So with the Saints, that was when he was still with the Raiders, and there was the trade talks, which he's still possibility of going there. But he also had a visit with the the Jets.
Yes.
Which that could honestly, it's an interesting one.
Oh yeah.
It could be good for the Jets. They've got a very young, talented team, and to bring in a quarterback. So if the Jets are going to go with the veteran option, which sounds like they're 99% certain they are,
based on what the head coach has said, yes, they are bringing in a veteran presence this offseason.
Yes, based off of the head coach. So their options are Derek Carr. We talked about this before. Derek Carr, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers. Those are the big three names of the potential quarterback carousel this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Derek Carr could use, because even when he was in Vegas / Oakland, he was a good quarterback. He was a sneaky good quarterback. Like, he had the one season where he was on an MVP run and the Colts injured him, and then he hasn't been necessarily the same, but he's been solid.
I think he fits the scheme of the Jets too. He's not a quarterback that needs to move around a lot. I'm gonna give you another theory. Tampa.
No.
You don't like him in Tampa?
Whatever quarterback goes to Tampa right now, if it's a veteran quarterback, because I think it's a death sentence for their career.
Oh, absolutely, because Tampa's in a complete downward spiral, and I think without Brady this year, they're a losing team.
Everybody in the fucking NFC South is a losing team right now, man.
That's fair. But I think of my biggest 3 landing spots that I have for him, for Derek Carr, are New England? No.
Not New England.
I'm gonna try and say that again. My biggest 3 landing spots right now for Derek Carr are New Orleans, the Jets, and Tampa Bay.
Okay.
And of those 3, I like the Jets most for him.
I agree.
Second, I'll take New Orleans, and then 3, I'll take Tampa. Because, like you said, no one wants to go to Tampa.
The only reason why they would go to Tampa is because there's no state income tax, man. Yeah. That's it. There's no state income tax, so, like, they get all the money. They get to fucking play in Florida, go to the beach every single day and stuff like that. But, yeah. So, all right. Moving on. So, today, within the last hour, the Commanders and Chiefs ex-OC Eric Bieniemy has agreed to a term on a multi-year deal as their assistant head coach / offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
pretty big deal, because we've talked about this in the last episode. Eric Bieniemy was one of those big name head coaching possibilities the last couple of years. He didn't really come up too much this year at all, but he never got a head coaching job for whatever reason. But he lands an assistant coaching and offensive coordinator job in Maryland, because it's not the fucking DC Commanders, it's the Maryland. Like, so fucking dumb. Anyways. Yeah. So Shawn had a hot take on this. I want to hear it.
So I think it does not matter that he went there, because at the end of the day, Ron Rivera is going to be gone next year. I think there is a 90% chance Ron Rivera is gone next year. And so the reason he did this was so that way he could take over and finally get his head coaching spot.
So I actually 100% agree with you.
Hey, Well,
no. So, like, why would they hire an assistant head coach?
Yeah.
If said assistant head coach isn't going to replace him in the next 1 to 2 years at the max.
And if I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know they hired him as assistant head coach. I thought they only hired him as offensive coordinator.
So Tom Pelissero reported as assistant head coach / offensive coordinator.
Oh yeah, it's right there. I just straight up read over assistant head coach, and just read offensive coordinator.
Yeah, dude.
And it is officially official. So
yeah,
and like I said, I thought this before I even saw that he was there, and as the assistant head coach, and so it definitely to me feels like Ron Rivera's gone next year. Like I think before they even made this hire, it felt like it, and that I'm gonna guess probably about week 7, Ron Rivera's gonna get fired, and it's gonna be Eric Bieniemy.
Oh wow!
I'm going early because with that division being weak, they're gonna want to be able to make a playoff push.
Division weak?
Sorry, with that. I was thinking AFC.
3 or 4 teams went to the playoffs, man. One of them went to the Super Bowl.
Time out. I was thinking.
Jesus, man. What the fuck?
I was thinking NFC South for some reason. Anyway, either way, NFC South. Anyway, with that division being so competitive, how about that? With that division being so competitive, they're gonna want to be able to compete, and Ron Rivera is not gonna get it done right away, and so they are going to fire him, and it's going to be Bieniemy's team, and they're gonna let him fully coach it. And if he continues, he will become the official full-time head coach, which means he'll finally get his head coaching job.
Well, technically, he'd be the head coach as soon as Ron Rivera gets fired.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying as soon as Ron Rivera's fired.
I don't even think he'd be considered an interim head coach. He would just be the head coach.
Yeah, he would be the head coach. That's what I'm saying. So will be his chance. They will see what he can do in the last, 10 weeks of the season, something like that? 10 weeks of the season. And then from there, they might give him one more season. If he's not the guy, then they move on from him. And yep, he was an offensive coordinator that we hired.
So, an extremely hot take. If he does become a head coach, he's going to fail.
Ooh.
He with the Chiefs, man, like there's a reason there's some mysterious reason why he was not hired as a head coach for the last 3 years. We don't know that reason.
Yeah.
And I think if he becomes a head coach, he's going to get exposed.
I think so too. I think there's going to be something that happens, and I think it's
a surprise visit from a dog.
Was there one of the? I didn't even see the dog pop in.
Yeah,
sure. Oh, it's Wriggles. Old Wriggles. You distracted me with the dog. Now I'm all confused what we're talking about. So yeah, I absolutely think Ron Rivera will be gone. Eric Bieniemy will step in, and he'll get 1 full year, and he'll be done. Because, like you said, there is a reason why he hasn't been hired yet. He's been seen as one of the top prospects, but yet it took 3 seasons for him to get an assistant head coaching job.
Yeah.
Man, there's just something fishy there. So
not to mention, there's a very good chance that the Commanders owner Dan Snyder is selling the team either before or after the draft. Probably before, if I had to guess.
I would hope before. I would hope if he's going to do it before.
I think there's been bids placed for the team, and he actually put his home up for sale in Maryland. It's actually in the county I live in. He put his home up for sale for like $49 million.
Jesus Christ, go buy
it. Yeah, it's stupid fucking expensive. It's a stupid nice house. It's got like a 12-car garage and like 30,000 square feet, man.
Hey, yo, we need to have a conversation. If he's got 12, I'll move. Let's go. Let's go have some.
You got $49 million?
No, I can pull it alone.
For sure.
You can pull it alone.
What fucking bank is going to give you a loan for $49 million?
It doesn't have to be one bank. It can be multiple banks.
You broke as fuck. You ain't getting a loan for $49 million. What the fuck? Jesus, man. All right.
Anyway.
Moving on. What else we got going on?
Around the leagues? I don't want to read this one. I might let you read that one. Oh.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
You know which one I'm talking about. We talked about it before we went live. Mike Evans is a name to watch.
Yeah.
For
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
There you go. That's not how you spell that name, but there you go. Anyway, Mike Evans is a name to watch for potential trade targets, and that makes sense because I'm pretty sure, even though teams will not talk about it, no team will ever say we're going into full rebuild mode. But when you have Tom Brady, when you have...
Oh, no. You don't have to finish that statement. The Tampa Bay Bucks are in full rebuild mode.
Yeah, but they won't ever say it, so don't get me wrong. They will never say it. But when a year ago your head coach quits, year after that, your GOAT quarterback leaves, you gotta start over. And so I think it's very likely that he is gone. What would you give up for him?
It depends. Is he a free agent or do they have to trade?
It's trade. He's not a free agent.
Trade?
Yeah.
Okay. How much does he have left on his contract?
I'm about to look that up for you.
That could be a big determining factor, I would say.
He is signed he's signed for 1 more year. He's got a 1-year deal. He's 29 years old because he's a free agent in 2024. unrestricted.
So
You're getting him on a 1-year deal.
It's hard to say. Like, fuck, that's hard, man. I don't know. Like, looking at, like, he's one of the most consistent receivers we've, like, in the NFL the last
Before Tom.
8 years
even
now.
before Tom, yeah, he was consistent.
Yeah, he's been in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seasons, 8 seasons, 9. Yeah, going on 9 seasons. He's got over 10,000 yards, 81 touchdowns, and 683 receptions. He's honestly, get him to the Colts.
I mean, maybe, but
get him to the Colts, man.
See, here's the thing. I think he's going to be a first. I think he's going to require a first, and if you guys want your quarterback, he's not going to the Colts. Because think about this: his the least amount of reception yards he's had in a single season is 1,001.
True.
He's always over 1,000. His least amount of receptions was 67. Oh, and by the way, that's 67 receptions. He had 1,157 yards.
So I see what you mean by it could cost a first rounder. It could. Don't get me wrong. It could. So
he has never averaged less than 13.8 yards per catch in a single season.
So, I'm the Colts GM and trying to get Mike Evans here. I could give him a first, true, but I'd be out my quarterback.
Yeah.
Trade, give him a player, and then like a second or depending on the player, second or a third. I think it's a fair trade then.
A second and a third, or second or a third?
Second or a third, depending on who the player is.
Yeah.
Player and a pick.
I could definitely see him being a first and future third. So it's
just
gonna have to
be picks.
Yeah. If you're going just straight up picks for him, it's got to be a first and a future third at least. Is my bet.
I think it's guaranteed he's gonna get a first, just because how productive he's been.
And he's still fairly young. He's 29. He's probably got 4 more years left in him. Yeah, he's on a contract deal, but if a team
solid years, I'd say.
If a team wants a receiver for a playoff push, i.e., maybe Buffalo needs a secondary receiver. Maybe
True.
KC.
Just swap Stephon and Mike Evans.
No.
One for one trade?
No. I wouldn't take that trade. I would need more.
Maybe Cincinnati. Tyler Boyd's his contract's up, I think.
No, it's not. As a Bears fan who knows and wants Tyler Boyd, his contract's not up. He's got 1 more year.
I thought his contract was up. I thought he was a free agent. Or, no, I'm thinking of the running back, Joe Mixon, I think.
Yeah.
I think his contract's up.
One more year.
Damn. Never mind.
But yeah, trust me, I want him too. I want him on any team. He's a number 1 guy, except for that.
Oh, 100%.
But no, I think if I'm moving him to Buffalo, I'm keeping Diggs. That's for damn sure. And think about that one too. Oh, that's filthy. Meanwhile, you think of another team that could possibly use. Well, actually, going back to our last episode, heck, our TikTok that blew up. Send him to KC.
Honest, dude.
Now
Mike
you've got
Evans in
Mike
Kansas
Evans.
City.
You got Mike Evans. You've got Travis Kelce. And you can even sign Juju again to a small 2-year deal. KC goes back to back if they get Mike Evans.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, KC.
They got a couple other free agents that they have to sign to, like from their team.
Yeah, but for the most part, a lot of their key pieces are staying. I think the biggest key piece they're losing is Juju.
Orlando Brown.
Oh yeah, Orlando Brown, left tackle. Yeah.
Which he is going to get came paid. Out and said, "Oh yeah, he's going to get the fucking bag."
Yeah.
And I think he's came out and said like he would love to stay with Kansas City because they're a winning team.
But the problem is Kansas City's
said earlier.
Kansas City's going to want they aren't going to be able to pay him as much as he wants. My fear because cap issues. Because he's going to want to back. Tell me, trust me. As a Bears fan,
I'm not going to. He's going to get the bag, but like we've seen it before. There's ways to get around the salary cap. Pay the money up front and then just push everything to the back.
Bonus,
which honestly, if I'm the Chiefs, I'm doing that shit. They're in prime position to run it back potentially for like 2 more years.
You got him to do a 3-peat. First ever NFL 3-peat?
There's a chance, man. If they keep pushing the contracts back,
has there ever been an NFL 3-peat? I don't think there has.
There's been a 4-peat of losing, but 3-peat of winning, I don't think. No, there's never been a 3-peat of winning consecutive years. I know the Steelers, the Patriots, the Cowboys, they were all like within that a decade.
Cowboys won 3 in 4 years, and New England won 3 in 4 years, but no teams ever went 3 and 3.
I mean, I would say I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't know.
It'd be very tough. But anyway,
it'd be tough.
We're going on sort of tangents here, but it's fine sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I think you put Mike Evans on that team, and if they can get Orlando Brown to stay, awesome. I really hope they don't, because Bears have a lot of money, and I hope the Bears just send that man a lot of money. Say, hey, big man, we're gonna give you a lot of money. We gonna give you a lot of money. You want to get paid? You come to Chicago, baby. We pay.
Yeah, but
don't worry. Taxes are gonna take half the money from you, but you know what?
So the thing with Mike Evans going to Chicago, or no, Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
So Orlando Brown's been behind 2 MVPs, Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
There's a potential that we don't know who the Bears quarterback is next year.
Shut your whore mouth.
Yeah, we're going to get into it. Rumors have been coming out. Justin Fields is a name mentioned to the Falcons to be a possible trade asset for the number 1 overall pick.
If he is made available for trade.
Done. For the right price, man, they will get rid of him.
And here's the thing. So, here's how I'm seeing it right now. I love Fields. Everybody in the building loves Fields, and I don't think Fields is going anywhere this year. Now, next year might be a different question. Okay, if you build a team around Fields, you get him another receiver, say we trade back to number 12 or something like that, and we end up getting the wide receiver from Ohio State. I can think of his name off the top of my head, but he's one of the top tier receivers, played with Fields, so now you've got that sort of Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow connection already building there.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yep, JSM. Or JSI, whatever.
JSN.
There you go. You combine those two together, and if it doesn't work, then, yeah, at that point, you trade him away, because obviously if he doesn't work, we're already bad, all right? We're probably going to get number 1 overall pick next year if we're bad. If he doesn't pan out, we'll probably be at number 1 again, and you know what? There is one of these once-in-a-generation talents coming up next year. Talking about Caleb Williams. Already seen as one of the best quarterbacks in NCAA, even last season. Was a Heisman finalist. I believe 2 of the last seasons he's been one of the Heisman finalists, and he is draft eligible next year. You give Fields his 1 more year. If he doesn't work out, you move on to him. You send him to Atlanta or whatever, maybe halfway through the season. Tank the rest of the way. Now you've got maybe draft picks for next year if we move back. You've got the number 1 overall pick for Caleb Williams. And then on top of that, you're going to get another, probably at least a third for Fields next year. Even if he does play bad, you're probably going to get another third for him. So you're talking a lot of picks for all new team, because I get it, all right? It's a new regime. They have no ties to Fields. So I can't completely throw it out. However, I don't see it happening. They have no ties to Fields, and so it'd be easy for them to move on. It's why they've done it for Khalil Mack, Roquan Smith, and I cannot think of his name. Linebacker.
Khalil Mack.
No, not Khalil Mack. I already said him. Roquan Smith. Wow, the other rushing corner we had.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He's
Yeah,
having a real bad year. But I don't think Fields is going anywhere this year. I think these are all rumors that I've always said that are people just trying to stir something up, stir the pot. But I don't.
So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a curveball I just kind of thought of.
Yeah.
If you guys stick with Fields this year, you guys have a shitty year, number 1 overall pick, is not only Justin Fields in trouble, but is your head coach in trouble? Back-to-back number 1 overall picks?
Justin Fields, yes. Head coach, I'd have to see what happens. I'd have to actually watch the season, because this season, nobody was getting blamed for
3
anything.
wins.
Yeah,
3 wins.
Well, I get that, but nobody was getting blamed for anything, because we had. If you look at PFF, they will rank our offensive line as number 14 or something like that. But that's mainly because of our rushing attack.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Justin Fields had the shortest time to throw the ball in the NFL this season. I think he was sacked the most amount of times. So you don't look at PFF, people. All right, it's dumb. And you can't really blame, because on top of that, you traded away three key defensive pieces, all of them all-stars at some point in their career. So this year, you don't put it on anybody, because on top of that, you've got an offense learning an all-new system, you got a defense learning an all-new system, and this Bears team, after they had that sort of mini-bye that a lot of us Bears fans talk about, what are you looking at? I saw your eyes.
You finished. This isn't football. It's soccer related, actually.
Soccer? What?
Keep going.
Wrong football. Anyway,
keep talking.
I lost my train of thought because you make stupid faces sometimes. You're learning all new systems. After the Bears had that mini bye, the Bears offense was fun to watch. Even though it wasn't great, they were putting up amazing numbers, believe it or not. And so the Bears kind of hit that turning point. The biggest reason we lost games wasn't because of our offense. It was defensive related. So I think we rebuild that defense. We get offensive line for Fields in the free agency. Rebuild some defensive pieces. And hopefully this team's good next year. All right, I'm really hoping this team will be good. If they're not, then maybe you have to look at the quarterback position, because I can't put it on Matt Eberflus. Not yet. If you have three straight seasons,
I don't think there's ever been a team with 3 straight first round draft picks, has there? Jacksonville had 2 in a row, but we have breaking news.
No, holy cow! DK Metcalf's about to get tested for drugs.
What, is a picture posted?
No, a video. But let me hold on. We're gonna figure out how I can show this clip, because my goodness, that was insane.
Oh, you talking about the jump? What
the
fuck?
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Hold on.
God, he could have caught a fucking field goal.
Yeah, I'd say.
That's insane.
Can I save that video? This isn't breaking news, but my goodness, this needs to be shown. Is there a way
I don't know, because you gotta remember copyright and all that other.
I don't think
shit.
It's a copyright thing.
I don't know, man.
We're gonna send it anyway. Screw it. We're doing it live.
Oh, we're gonna get fucked.
It's fine. I'll pay the bill.
You will? Okay.
He said, all right. That's all you said, okay? Hold on. Where is it? Browse source, maybe? I gotta think of how to do this. Oh crap.
All right. While you're doing that,
you keep
so
talking.
the soccer thing I was gonna tell you about. So breaking news in the USL, US Soccer League, I think is what the fuck it's called. There's a team in Indy called the Indy 11. They just released a first look at their brand new $1 billion called 11 Park in downtown Indianapolis. Dude, this thing looks nice as fuck. Like it's a 20,000 seat stadium.
Send me the photo real fast, and I'll post that. I can post on the screen easily.
Here. There's the picture of the field. They're adding like a whole little like apartments there, 4,000 seat music venue, a 205,000 square foot office spaces, and it's supposed to be done in 2025. The cool thing, it's literally right across the street from Lucas Oil Stadium too. So
that is actually cool.
Honestly, looks pretty damn cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like it looks really fucking cool.
All right, here is the. Oh, geez, that's a massive photo. That's not gonna fit well. Oh, geez. Hold on, folks. I'm scaling things. We're doing things live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah.
But yeah,
right,
looks pretty damn cool, man.
Here's the stadium. That is a massive looking stadium. And here is. Just a second. Wow, you said it was how much?
$1 billion with a B.
That is what the complex looks like. First off, I didn't know soccer teams in America made $1 billion to be able to make this.
Well, it's probably being funded by like the city in Indianapolis and shit. So that's what explains why the city's roads are so shitty.
You mean the state's roads are so shitty?
True. Indiana's roads are fucking terrible for anybody that doesn't live in Indiana. Be prepared to have at least 2 flat tires when you travel through Indiana.
True. That's not what I want. That's oh man, I'm trying to. Okay, we're just not gonna show the video. Maybe I'll add it in post production like right now. Okay, it's not in there then. Sorry. Look up Juju Smith jumping, because that was insane. We were talking about Fields though. Going back to Fields. I don't see him going anywhere this year. Next year possibly. And I think next year is when the year after is when you can start blaming the head coach.
I mean, I wouldn't put it against that there's a chance,
I mean,
but
Especially the fact that the head coach and the GM were hired in unison, but are supposed to have the same goal and the same vision for the team. It really makes me think that at least they will finish out both of them will finish out their contracts. But
okay,
we talked 40 minutes about around the leagues, by the way.
Indeed, we did.
We have yet to actually talk about your Colts thing yet. Well, we got into it a little bit, but with the Colts taking the offensive coordinator they did, do you see them wanting a quarterback that can scramble more because that's just what he's used to
So I don't think. Well, yes, but I don't think it's solely based on him dealing with Jalen Hurts. I think it's because this league has transformed. We need at least a threat of a running game from the quarterback. Doesn't have to be like a Lamar Jackson or a Jalen Hurts style of run where they call QB sneak on every fucking other play, but have the threat that he can get out of the pocket. He can run 20 yards down the field and pick up a first down if there's nothing down the field open. But I don't know. We also need to have a threat of a long ball game, some sort of passing game, because we did not have that this year. It was terrible. We were so damn bad with passing the ball. It was it was abomination, man. So next year, I think we'll be better. Hopefully, the highest paid offensive line in the NFL gets their heads out of their asses. Jonathan Taylor comes back, nice and healthy, fresh from his injury this past season. And our receivers actually step it up and not be pieces of shit and catch a ball and run. Actually, I don't even know if you can blame it on the receivers, man. Like, I blame it more on the offensive line just not giving our quarterback time to throw the ball. To be fair, though, our quarterback would stand in the pocket like a fucking statue.
Yeah, your quarterback.
So,
there's two new pieces of news. These aren't new, but they're two pieces of news that I want to touch on.
Right.
Going back to Justin Fields, he talked about the Chicago weather the other day, where he said, quote, "It is very difficult to adjust to. I hope we get a dome." And
Justin Fields played in fucking Ohio.
Yeah.
This is the fucking basically next state over. Like
it's basically it's because Indiana's not really relevant. But
what the fuck?
Yeah, it definitely feels weird. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's as cold in Ohio, especially with like the wind chill coming off the lake and whatnot. But
sounds like Justin Fields is just a bitch.
Yeah, he hasn't learned the Chicago way yet. But he also, I think in high school he played in Georgia.
Man, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a
He played in fucking Ohio, man. Come on.
But also, I guess keeping with the Bears fully announced that they did 100% purchase the property in Arlington Heights.
Yep.
300 and some odd acres, and they are it's projected to bring in 9.4 million or billion, one of the two.
Big number.
I say a big number worth of money to the local economy. It's supposed to be a couple million jobs that were supposed to be coming around. So yeah, that's absolutely huge news for the Bears. I don't think they stay in Chicago. They go to Arlington Heights. So
no, at this point, there's zero chance that the Bears stay in Chicago.
Yeah,
not at all.
I guess the last sort of thing I want to talk about, Juju Smith-Schuster. If you did not see what Juju posted on Valentine's Day.
No, I did. Yeah.
I will really quickly show you because I thought it was pretty funny. Oh, that's the wrong display.
Yeah.
That's the wrong image. But Juju posts a photo of words are hard at the moment and they're failing me. What was the corner's name that he burnt?
Bradbury.
Yeah, posts a photo of Bradbury on a Valentine's Day card, and of course now I can't find the image that I just saved. Is this it? Nope, that ain't it. Where'd it go? Hello?
Let me try finding it.
I just saved it. I don't even know where it went. Why did it say it's a GIF?
Here. I'm sending it to you now.
Yeah, okay. Listen, we are having technical difficulties today.
So basically, it's a picture of Bradbury and it says, "I'll hold you when it matters most." And it's a picture of him. Yeah, and Juju just had the caption of "Happy Valentine's Day." Well, Juju got reamed by so many fucking people. Some of my favorite ones is just like, where was it? I'll barely touch you when I don't need to touch you at all because you'll get to the ball.
I saw another person post, you were irrelevant until Mahomes made you relevant again. You were on your way out of the league. Sit down, shut up.
True. True. I agree with that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just thought it was kind of funny post Valentine's Day. I get why people are upset about it. Don't get me wrong, but like,
I mean, I do too.
it's funny to me.
I don't know. If he actually did something this season and not and was just a fucking TikTok star like he is,
Yeah, they call it
maybe that
TikTok
would have been
star.
better. But like his production just was fucking terrible.
It
man.
was not there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we have anything else to talk about? Are we done? What do we have left?
Let's see. We hinted at, we talked about Rodgers, coaching hirings, Colts. I think that's
Is that our schedule? So I think the only other thing we can really kind of say in today's episode is, one, thank you to anyone who has followed the TikTok or watched the TikTok. I think at the time we started recording, we had 1,000 some odd likes, over 2,000 views, or we're close, knocking on the door 2,000.
Oh no, over 4,000 on one of
4,000
them,
views.
2,000 on the other, on our like intro one. We're sitting at 26 followers now, so thank you all.
Yeah.
1,100 likes.
Yeah, so if you were part of that, we appreciate you, and thank you for coming checking us out. It's been great. We're gonna keep this train rolling. We're gonna keep on going.
Hell yeah.
Probably gonna do just a Wednesday episode next week, if I had to guess.
Yeah,
Unless
just a
something
Wednesday.
something crazy happens over the weekend, it will probably be just a Wednesday episode. So keep your eye out for that, and hopefully it'll get posted on time, because this one did not. It is
True.
12 hours after it's supposed to come out at this point, and we're not even done
That's
recording.
okay. That's all right. And then me and Shawn have brought up the idea of possibly streaming Madden over on Twitch, maybe one day during the weekend or something like that.
Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, all those streaming sites. So if you want, guys, come out, hang with us, play some Madden, have a couple drinks.
Yeah, be fun. I don't know.
Or
I don't know
whatever game you want to play.
I don't know quite what.
Just Madden.
Yeah, I don't know quite what we'll do. We'll probably stick to maybe a sports game for sure, because that's kind of what this podcast is. I'm not quite sure what we'll do, if we'll do Ultimate Team, if we'll just do franchise against each other. Maybe we'll do a franchise with all of you guys. We'll do a big.
Wait, can you do like us teaming up together on a team for franchise online? I don't know if you can or not.
You can do 2v2 like online games, but I don't think you can do
online games.
I don't think you can do franchise. But maybe we'll do like a big 32-man franchise. We get all you guys involved and do a big 32-man, and then
That'd be dope.
just in one weekend we'll go through, maybe not an entire season, but like a half a season, something like that.
Fuck it, do the whole season.
Do a whole season. That'd be insane. If you guys are interested in that, I'm sure we'll make this into a TikTok clip and screw it. If you guys are interested in that, comment down below so we can get some usernames. We probably be playing it on our PC just because that's what's easier for us.
Oh, yeah.
Neither one of us have an Xbox that has the current Madden on it. So, yeah, I think after that, we're done.
That's about it.
We're
So
a little bit of a shorter episode, unless you got something you wanted to add.
no, well, the only thing I wanted to add, so me and Shawn were also talking. Since it's becoming draft season, obviously, in 2 weeks is the combine. Me and Shawn have agreed to. We won't do any mock drafts until after the combine. That way we can actually see the footage, see the results from the combine, and that way we can make better predictions of our mock drafts, obviously. So the actual draft is the 27th and to the 29th of April. So I don't know, maybe middle of March, something like that. Middle of March, and towards the end of March, we'll put out our first mock draft. And
Yeah, hopefully, I think my goal is to do 2 mock drafts. I'd like to do 2 mock drafts.
maybe we'll do like an initial one right after the combine, because we know not every like quarterback and like receiver are going to go to the well, they might go to the combine, but they're not going to do every single. They like to save a lot of that stuff for their purpose.
Yeah, so I'd like to do 2 also, just because it gives us more time to see the free agent signings and whatnot, see what happens around the league there. But yeah, I think that's kind of. I feel like that's a good plan. Right after maybe a week after combine, we'll officially post it. And then the week after, maybe a week or 2 after that, we will do predictions for each team, record wise.
Maybe our first mock draft. So new league year is March 15th.
Okay.
So maybe March. I don't know what day is that. That's a Wednesday. So maybe we'll record Wednesday afternoon, straight after the new. Or no. Yeah, because that's what I don't know.
No, we will talk this out off stream because we're still recording. So this whole last like 5 minutes, if anyone skips, we 100% fine, whatever. But yeah, so we will figure out. We'll get mock drafts out to you guys, and we'll have a great time with it. Like to do predictions on how we think each team is going to finish. That was not a sentence until I made it one. I've
already got my bet placed.
What do you got? The Colts.
I have two of them. So no, I'm going. No, I don't have. Let me pull up FanDuel real fast. I'll tell you guys. Actually, I can tell you. So I had free bets, obviously, and I said, "Fuck it." I put a $10 free bet for Colts plus 20,000 to win the Super Bowl, and I also put the Bengals to win, which that's a little bit more relevant. They were plus 900. Fuck it. It's a free bet. Yeah, I actually did a 4-leg parlay for the $5 free bet. You want to hear it? I think you want to hear it.
Listen, I know how your bets go, and we talked about this. It's not going to hit.
I think you want to hear it. All right. Listen. So, obviously, like I said, Super Bowl champs are the Bengals. NBA champs are the Celtics. Avalanche, 2-peat, and Purdue wins the tourney.
I think you got maybe 2 of those. Actually, no. You got 1.
Who do you think?
I think you've got the Bengals winning it all. I think that's the only one that even I don't see. You know how hard it is to 2-peat in the NHL.
It's hard to 2-peat in anything.
Exactly.
Tampa did it, but like
yeah, Tampa. That was a different era for that.
COVID bubble and all that.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the only one you got right. Because March Madness. It's called March Madness for a reason. All right. There is no. It doesn't matter how good your team is. No. All right. No, that's not how that works.
Okay, it's a free bet, man.
Avalanche don't 2-peat, and I don't think Celtics win it all.
Man, I just had to throw it. It's like $5 to win like $14K.
I think you were better off putting money.
Man.
I think you were better off putting money on the Mavs.
This time next year, man, I could be $14,000 richer.
If you're $14,000 richer, we're going to the Super Bowl, and you're buying my ticket.
Well. Okay, if all those besides the Bengals hit and the Bengals go to the Super Bowl, I will go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you got it.
I will.
You're prematurely going to spend your money.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will prematurely spend my money
your wife's
to win
kill
14K. Nah, because I'm gonna come home with 14K.
Or you're gonna come home with a negative bank account.
So then you gotta offset the cost of the Super Bowl ticket. Then you gotta offset the plane ticket. You gotta offset.
You
the
buy
hotel.
my plane ticket too.
What the fuck?
That's what I said. I stand by what I said.
Bitch, what?
Did I stutter?
Oh my god. All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah,
we're talking nonsense now.
Yeah, so anyway, that has been today's episode. I don't even know what we talked about anymore. It's just all blurred at this point. I hope today's episode was entertaining. If you found it entertaining, make sure you guys follow us. Ding the bell notification on YouTube. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, TikTok, Instagram Reels.
Yes.
And we're on Instagram too. Check us out on Instagram. I believe everything is at the Unprofessional Experts or the Professional Experts or just Unprofessional Experts. At some point, they will all be on the side for the YouTube video. And I will work on that. Jeremy is still working on Apple Podcasts because he is slow, even though I gave him homework and he said, yeah, I have it done.
Hey, I got part of the homework done, man. I got 2 out of 3. We got more TikTok stuff, and I got the Instagram done. 2 out of 3. That's 66%. That's not a failing grade.
That is a failing grade.
That's a D.
Yeah.
That's not a failing grade. D's get degrees, man.
Depends if you're in high school or college. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys follow us on all major platforms to be able to keep up with what we're talking about. We will officially post it. There will be an episode on Wednesday on our Twitter, maybe Instagram, maybe TikTok. I don't know how to do like individual posts on those ones. It's like about making it weird. Something tells me you don't either. Either way,
I don't know what the fuck you just said even.
We'll figure it out.
All right, with that, we're headed out of here. Y'all have a good one. See you guys later.
Deuces.